everybody. Welcome to our Thanksgiving break episodes, Jersey Baseball Nation, JBS. We've got Joey Erace here, outstanding sophomore at St. Augustine. You may know him as Joey Baseball, child star, Time Magazine cover, all those good things. Miguel Cabrera, shout outs. We'll get to some of that later, but wanted to welcome Joey on, talk some baseball with him and kind of get the update and see how things were going. So thanks for dropping by, Joe.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Definitely. So busy summer and fall for you until we kind of hit the injured list for a little while.
Yeah.
But why don't you tell us about, some of the cool things that we saw, Vandy camp. We got the picture, with field and ground balls right in front of Coach Corbin. North Carolina camp, perfect game, All-American games. Just give us kind of the scoop of how that all, kind of went down and how that was.
So we started with a bunch of local tournaments, which we usually like to get back into like the swing of things from high school. So we started with local to get ready for the WWBA. And then we went down there. We played really good. We made it to quarterfinals. And we got beat by a really good team. And then we took a break for a little bit. I went to UNC, which the camp was amazing. The field was amazing. Campus was amazing. I loved it there. Coaching staff was unbelievable. Everything about that camp was just perfect. And then after UNC, we went right to Georgia again for Lake Point. And then after that, it was really it. So I was just like going to college camps, and I hit Vanderbilt, as you saw in the video. Again, the coaching staff was insane. The facilities were insane. Best of the best. I mean, nothing can compare to that school. It's perfect there. Yeah. And then I also hit as you said, the perfect game underclassmen All-American games. And that was a pretty cool experience. They had all the people getting mic'd up and stuff, interviews like I'm doing right now. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah.
Great competition. Best of the best. Yeah.
What's it? You're hitting these major college camps. Obviously, you mentioned North Carolina. Little John Young shout out, right? I mean, John's headed down there in a couple of years. Vanderbilt's, recruited a lot of New Jersey guys through the years. Tell us about like how what that does to you mentally and how it feels to be able to do that.
Knowing that I'm on like the smaller side and I have to like, a big thing in my game is vocalness. So if I talk it up like on the field and the dugout, that's how I get noticed by coaches mostly. And then once they start looking at me and I show them what I can do, that's kind of like my play style, if you know what I mean.
Definitely.
But, yeah, these camps, makes me feel great that I'm going out to like major, like huge colleges like that I've dreamed of going to and playing on their field.
Mig, Joey Baseball.
Where you at?
Mig, come around?
Yeah.
Okay, come around, Joe.
Hey, Mig.
Where do you want me to go?
Jump over this. That's awesome. I'm right here.
Oh. There you go, Joe. There you go. Please.
Nice tapping.
Yeah. There you go, please.
Woo!
Big game.
So Joey Baseball, right? The legend of Joey Baseball. We got whether it's the shout out, and going down in the field with Miguel Cabrera. He knows who you are. Time Magazine cover when you're 11 years old. Whistle Sports, 7 million views on your profile.
Mm-hmm.
How did all of this really start?
So I have like cousins, aunts, uncles that live like far away from me. And my dad wanted to make an Instagram for me that like, so they could watch me play. And I really didn't start blowing up until there's this one video of me hitting in the cage with my trainer. And Miguel Cabrera saw it and he reposted it, and I just got like 30,000 followers from there. And then I had like other major league players start following me, like Josh Donaldson, people like that. And I just gradually started to go up from there. And then, as you saw, I met Miggy when I was like 10 at Phillies in Clearwater.
Yep.
I went down there for spring training, and he saw me, he brought me on the field. I walked in the dugout, the locker room. It was great. It was a great experience. And then I was asked to be on, like, it was kind of in a 2-month span. I was asked to be on Time Magazine and then Whistle Sports. So it was like everything was kind of happening for me at this time. It was like I had other people asking to do interviews about me, and it was like I was too young, so I just had to like stop it at some point. But I feel like I got enough, and today it's starting. I mean, like nowadays it's starting to get old, kind of. I mean, I still love like my Instagram. I love everyone that follows me, but like I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm like you wonder because you had like a taste of it, obviously, but like
Yeah.
the people who are like child stars or
Mhm.
things like that, like how do they even, do
Yeah.
that years and years, and it like how does it
Yeah.
not mess with their head, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Um, so you're on the field with Miguel. First of all, the cool thing is, he like I guess it was your dad maybe shouts out at Joey Baseball and like he instantly like knows who that is. It's like,
Yeah.
but have you ever just stopped to think about like how incredible that is?
Yeah, it's insane. I have his bat hanging up in my room, but right now I'm in a rental house because my house is getting built. But I usually have it like hanging up right above my bed, and it's just like insane to think about it. He gave me his triple crown glove. He gave me a bunch of stuff, but like just thinking about like me meeting him and him recognizing me, I guess, like that just amazes me, like you said.
Yeah, you guys would have huge crowds come and watch, your games too, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what was the craziest as far as like getting to meet like somebody who a follower or anything like that?
When we were in Cooperstown, we were 12. We made it to the championship and ended up winning, and that crowd was insane. It was like it felt like I was at my first MLB game, like playing. Like every stand was filled, the whole entire outfield grass was filled, and then I ended up getting hit in the head that game, like in the helmet, and the whole crowd started going crazy. It was a great experience. I mean, that was like by far the best experience I've ever had.
Do you have to be able to how do you put that, like it's really cool, right, having all these followers and all
Yes,
these
sir.
things, but how do you separate that, and still go on to be Joey Erace?
Yep.
Joey Baseball is great, but how do you still, be you and be in 10th grade and, want to and have your focus on going to a D1 program and, doing things beyond that?
So there's good ones and bad ones, if you know what I mean. There's always like when I'm playing, there's always chirping like between teams. And I mean, I love that. Like it just like fires me up. So whenever I hear that, it just makes me kind of like play better. And I just kind of have to like, if I'm up the bat and I hear it still, I just like zone it out and I just act like I'm just live ABs with the pitcher. Like nothing in the world is bothering me. So I've kind of got used to that. When I was younger, it was kind of hard on me. Like emotion started like coming to play when I was younger. But now that I'm like more mature, it's like night and day. Like I'm used to it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, now a lot of people hopefully watching this, people who followed you when you were younger don't really know, aren't from South Jersey, don't really know, where you're going to high school. St. Augustine, certainly one of the best programs in the state, in the region. You're talking about a 6-time defending champ in, the hardest bracket in South Jersey, the non-public A bracket. So tell us why you ended up going there. What was it about the program and why you're excited about, 10th grade year and now trying to earn that starting spot in varsity?
So when I was younger, I always went to their camps, like summer camps, since I was like 9. And I've always liked like the coaches, the school in general. And then I've also had friends that have like went to that school before me. and they said it's like night and day compared to any public school. So I was like, why wouldn't I want to go here? And it was like, as soon as I went there, I knew I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this place because just like the atmosphere, the teachers, the kids, like if you're like a weird kid in a public school and then you go to prep, you're like, you're perfect. Like you have a group of friends, there's a group of friends for everyone. It's great there.
What are you going to work on? What's your goals to accomplish for this winter once we're allowed back in the cages again, which is
Yeah.
soon, thankfully, right?
Yep.
Because you're probably driving everybody crazy not being able to hit.
Yeah.
What are the goals that you need to work on between December 1st and mid-March when high school season starts?
So right now I'm trying to get stronger. That's like my main focus. My second thing is get faster, like lower down, like shave that 60 time down. And then after that, it's kind of like keeping my swing intact, swinging, fielding, staying smooth. Everything that like kind of like a baseball player needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. No, absolutely. When you're in full gear, again, when you're full able to do everything, take us through I don't say typical day, but kind of the ideal day as far as getting your training in, what and work. What are we doing each day?
So I obviously have school. During school, sometimes we have community time, which is like it's like some free time, like 45 minutes. And maybe a couple of my friends would go down in the basement and lift. And then after that, I have to finish school. And then I go right to running, like running training, to like make me faster, obviously, make my legs stronger. And then after running, I have lifting. And then later at night, me and my dad will just go head to the cages and hit.
Fielding's always been big, right? I mean, that's always been
Yes,
you've
sir.
always been an awesome fielder, and you can see that, and it's
Mm.
lots of work, I guess, goes into that too, right?
Yes, sir. Almost every day.
Yeah. Who do you look up to in the pros, in the majors? Who do you try to pattern your game after? I know we heard when you were younger it was Altuve because I mean obviously there's an obvious connection in there somewhere, but that was pre garbage can and World
Yep.
Series incident. Who do you look up to now in the pros, and who do you try to pattern your game after?
So I'm going to still stay with the Astros. I'm going to have to go with Pena. I mean, I love that guy so much. He's really smooth. I mean, the way he plays is just like all around great. But yeah, it used to be Altuve until like that whole incident. But Pena is definitely my number one right now.
Not a bad place to start, right? I mean,
Yeah.
ALCS MVP and World Series MVP as a rookie, right?
Yeah, that's insane.
Right. They keep the Astros, man. They broke our hearts, but they keep turning out like crazy players,
Yeah. Yep.
Um, if it weren't for baseball, what would you be? What's your next best? What are you doing sports wise?
Basketball. I mean, I'm not the best basketball player, but I'm sure if I worked hard enough, I'd probably be all right.
Kind of pigeonholed into being a point guard, though, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, there's no 5'9" centers anywhere that I can.
No.
No. Pre-game routine or game day routines that you have. What's your favorite game day or your most important game day routine?
So what I like doing is getting something to eat before I play. Like if it's a night game, definitely get something to eat. I stretch. I do my bands. I always have to do this one stretch called a sleeper stretch because I get really tight in my like rotator. I do them before every game, and then I play catch. I work on my hands when I'm playing catch because there's always a purpose to having a catch. Like it's not just play catch to play catch, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And then we do like every day's fielding wise. And then after all that's done, I'll go in the cage with my team and we'll hit. And then we just get fired up in the dugout before we play.
You've been able to have a lot of experiences in the game already at your age, but what's one piece of advice that you or thing that you picked up along the way that's really kind of help you and, help drive you to be who you are?
Probably the one thing is to never let someone get to your head. I mean, I've had people get to my head, and I feel like it's kind of helped me like get better at like what I do, who I am. And after I think like that, no, like I don't care about anyone when I'm on that field, whoever's talking, and it's just me and the pitcher or me and that ground ball, I feel like everything's changed, like totally.
Favorite place that you've ever played?
I want to have to go with Vanderbilt, actually. That field was so nice. And the facilities.
And just all the history and the titles and,
Yes,
and all
sir.
that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Knowing that you're getting closer to, the college baseball that you watch on TV, right? I mean, knowing that in a couple of years from now, that's going to be you. Does that help drive you to do what you need to do at this point to stay on top?
Yeah, I always thought that I was like going to be a D1 player, and I always like put that in my head and like put it out in the world. So I felt like I could do it. And yeah, that just kind of helps me like my work ethic, if you know what I mean, like working out, like if that last rep where I just can't get it up, I just like, it makes me push like hard, a little bit harder.
You're not the biggest guy, right? There's nothing we can do about that. And
Yeah.
I've always been, right? I mean, that's, the picture, the videos of you, like even at the younger age, look like you're half the size of some of the guys you're playing.
Yes, sir.
But what would you say to other kids who might think that they're too small to be a good baseball player, who might be intimidated or anything like that?
I mean, if you look at the guys in MLB now, there's still some guys, or even at the college level, there's guys that aren't that big that are playing at very good colleges or even in the MLB. And I feel like if you just go out and play and be who you are, I mean, a college won't like you because you're small. If you're a good hitter, you're a good fielder, you throw hard, you hit hard, etc. Like they'll love you for that. You talk like in the dugout, out the dugout. You're a good teammate. Yeah, that's all you got to be.
Thanksgiving season, right? I mean, this is coming out over Thanksgiving break.
Yep.
What's something you're thankful for as we move into 2023?
Definitely my parents. I mean, I couldn't like do this without them. My coaches, KW, shout out. But
He's not going to like that we shouted him out.
but definitely my parents. I mean, I like wouldn't be able to do anything without them. They take me places. Obviously, they pay for stuff. So I'm very thankful for them.
Yep. People think they know Joey Baseball pretty well from the videos. What's one thing that we don't know about a Joey Erace that kind of,
My favorite drink is from Starbucks, and I'll let them try to decide what that is. But yeah, my favorite drink is from Starbucks.
sounds like we got an audience question here. We're going to
Yes,
have
sir.
to leave in the comments what Joey's favorite drink is.
Yep.
What are your goals for 2023?
I really want to. Obviously, I want to get looked at by like colleges. I want to bat over 300 in the summer, like overall. I want to go to area code games this year, and I just want to have a good high school season.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
St. Augustine's got one final step they got to take, right? I mean, made it to the finals the last, bunch of years, but it's time to finish it. And it's
Yes, sir.
gonna be a lot of fun when it happens, right?
Yep.
So appreciate the time. Certainly happy to have you on, and good to see that you're doing well, and we can't wait to get you back in the cages very soon.
Yeah, thank you guys again. Definitely do a day in the life with you guys.
Definitely. Joey Baseball, Joey Erace, our guest, sophomore at St. Augustine. We appreciate him dropping by and look forward to catching everybody soon up at the field.
Peace.